So Lakshmanji is also accompanying us to the Finger Lakes and Niagara Falls.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Broadway.
Are you hunched over the couch at home covered in cookie crumbs and daydreaming about the endless real adventures around the world just waiting to be experienced? Well, we are always discovering new places and ready for new adventures. Our destination is the Genesee River Valley, New York. New York's Genesee River Valley is known for its incredible lakes and rivers. It's where farmlands and waterfalls are protected and where the beauty of the land inspires a silence when life becomes too amplified. We are heading towards the Grand Canyon of the East, the Letchworth State Park, Scranton City. How to spend an incredible weekend in the Genesee River Valley, getaway to the Finger Lakes region in New York.
Continue for 4 miles.
Stopped here for a break. A lot of eateries over here. Tully's, Tea, then Krispy Kreme, Wells Fargo, Nina's, then the Subway too. There is a nip in the air and it's slightly drizzling. The temperature has gone down quite a bit. It was 22 when we were in New Jersey, and now the temperature has gone down to almost 12 degrees. Quite cold. I'll have to take out my jacket, I guess. The doorway on a land that has a special charm, a timeless American landscape of rolling green hills, centuries-old farms and forests, small villages, dramatic waterfalls, glacier-carved gorges, and a mighty river, the Genesee, that runs through it. While the Genesee Valley has seen change, it remains a place to pause, a place to ponder, a place to relax, a place where history comes alive. The name Genesee came from the Seneca Native Americans and means beautiful or pleasant valley. Carved by glaciers during the last ice age, the valley was home to the Iroquois Five Nations and was once considered America's first frontier by early European settlers. The river valley's rich soils and hydropower transformed the region into New York's agricultural powerhouse.
Keep
Now,
right as you
people asked
stay on
that what is the
I-81
Finger Lakes actually are. Huge sheets of ice carved out of the U-shaped valleys that hold New
Continue on
York's Finger
I-81 north for
Lakes.
16 miles.
When they retreated not about 10,000 years ago, glaciers left deposits of gravel that dammed streams and caused the depressions to become lakes. The Finger Lakes are New York's hidden gems. So we've come to a yard sale. Let's see if anything is there for us. Looks pretty. Collected a few things from there. There's nothing like getting out into nature and spending time amongst trees to restore some balance in your life. And we try to do it as often as possible, and it's never once failed us. Between every two trees is a doorway to a new scene, a new world. That's what I feel. Khalil Gibran has said, trees are poems that the earth writes upon the sky. Very true. There was music everywhere, amongst the trees, amongst the forest and roads. So this is Ithaca, and this is the Cornell University, one of the top Ivy League universities. So the campus is lovely. So we have stopped here for lunch.
और क्यों कर रहे थे? ओहो, पैसा देना पड़ेगा. चलो किसी ने चलो.
Finally, we reached the Buttermilk Falls, and here the cascade is so scintillating that it looks exactly like butter and milk. So this is the Buttermilk Falls. Some beautiful scenes can't be discovered without travel, and this panoramic view of the Buttermilk Falls is so enchanting. The purpose of life, after all, is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for a newer and richer experience. Well, if happiness is our goal, and it should be, then the beautiful trips, adventures, and travel always is our top priority. Our next stop is the Togonak Falls State Park's namesake waterfall, which is one of the outstanding natural attractions of this area. This park is northwest of Ithaca near Trumansburg, and it is a 215-foot plunge waterfall east of the Rocky Mountains. Togonak Falls State Park offers hiking and nature trails, camping and picnicking. And the park includes a stretch of the Cayuga Lake's shoreline where swimming, fishing, and a boat launch are available. In the winter, however, the park offers facilities and trails for ice skating, sledding, and cross country skiing.
Yeah, why not?
Going down and dirty at the creek. I like that place.
The views of Togonak Falls are available from two trails. The Gorge Trail, which is leading to a viewing area at the base of the falls and also passes by lower falls. The Ream Trail can be connected to form a loop hike which offers views of upper falls. The Gorge Trail is open all year long, unlike the Ream Trails which are closed to the public in winter. Swimming under the waterfall is definitely hazardous and strictly forbidden. The Togonak Falls State Upper Park is located in Ulysses, New York, in the popular Finger Lakes region of central New York. And the falls are a famous feature of Togonak State Park and a popular destination for Finger Lakes area travel. And the hiking trails are seasonal. North and South Rim trails are closed in winter, but the multi-purpose trails are open in winter for hiking and cross-country skiing. The park asks that you stay on designated trails. Areas of the Ream Trail, however, can be dangerous. The Finger Lakes are a group of 11 long, narrow, roughly north-south lakes in an area called the Finger Lakes region in Genesee, where we are now traveling. Real Lake Coyote, absolute bliss, and the wind roaring. Sound of the wind. Oh my gosh, the sound of the blustering wind. And I feel at this moment there's nothing as beautiful as watching the wind work its magic. Oh, the wind is simply blowing so hard. And the lake, the ripples, silvery ripples gleaming, looks absolutely ethereal. I close my eyes and turn my face into the wind, and I feel it sweep along my skin, an invisible ocean of exaltation. And suddenly I feel and I know that I am alive. And the most unique part of this lake is that it has got waves. The ripples are absolutely like waves. Astounding. It's like as if the wind will blow you away. And there's nothing as beautiful as watching the gusty wind working its magic. Timeless beauty. So live life always mindful is at your back and your sails are flying high. Lovely ripples. area, it carried all the memories in my mind and heart, and carried aloft on the wings of breeze. Above and around me, the wind is still roaring, and sometimes whoever seeks abroad may find thee sitting careless on a granary floor, thy hair soft lifted by the whirring wind, or on a half-lit furrow soundlessly. So John Keats's poem Ode to Autumn actually suddenly came to my mind. With all the falls and cascades even around the Finger Lake area, I felt that I saw a tree blazing in the wind, and it said to me, dance in the wind. Sometimes when I think of life, I feel like a piece of driftwood washed up on shore, like a plank of driftwood tossed on the watery main. Just another day in paradise. It's like that. So we decided to use our drone to capture the beautiful images from different camera angles. The drone is like as if your wings are there, already existing, and all you have to do is fly and capture the captivating images. I hope you can see the drone flying in the air. Droning is actually looking at life from a different view, but sometimes you have to be careful. The drones do crash, and it has happened with us. But right now the drone is working beautifully. And watch my son catching the drone. The Genesee area has a lot of parks. The Island Preserve, the Genesee River Access Park, the Genesee Valley Conservancy, the Letchworth State Park, the Groveland Ambuscade, Humphrey Nature Center, and the Livingston County Historical. So we were indeed spending an incredible weekend in the Genesee River Valley. If I were to meet someone to suggest a quick getaway to the Finger Lakes region in New York, I might want to sit them down and explain to them that it would be impossible to explore such a huge area in such a short amount of time. After all, the Finger Lakes encompasses 11 lakes and hundreds of miles of land. Easily, the best way to enjoy the outdoors is to visit Letchworth State Park, which sits right at the heart of the Genesee River Valley and is sometimes known as the Grand Canyon of the East. So tomorrow we are going to visit the Letchworth State Park. Well, right now we need to have some food. We are ravenous. And we had the most delicious fried chalupas at Taco Bell. Indeed, the Genesee Valley is one of the most intriguing places to visit. Letchworth State Park, renowned as the Grand Canyon of the East, is one of the most scenically magnificent areas in the eastern US. So finally we reached here and we decided to hike the Letchworth State Park. The Genesee River roars through the gorge over 3 major waterfalls between cliffs as high as 600 feet in some places, surrounded by lush forests. Hikers can choose among 66 miles of hiking trails. Trails are also available for horseback riding, biking, snowmobiling, and cross-country skiing. Letchworth offers nature, history, and performing arts programs, guided walks tours, a summer lecture series, and whitewater rafting, kayaking, a pool for swimming, and hot air ballooning. So, experiencing Letchworth by hot air balloon is unforgettable, but we have not been able to do so because of the constraints of time. We passed through the cabins, the logwood cabins, and it reminded me of the stories which I read during my formative years about the logwood cabins and the woods. So, welcome to the Letchworth State Park, New York's most versatile park, offering something for everyone, from the serious outdoor enthusiast to the casual picnicker. But for me, it was tranquility, total peace and calm as I took the walk. Want to find the best trails in Letchworth State Park for a hike? All trails has 23 great hiking trails, biking trails, and running trails. But for nature lovers like us, we decided to do the walking trail. Letchworth State Park is known as the Grand Canyon of the East, and with 3 thunderous waterfalls cascading down a 17-mile stretch of a vast, deep gorge carved by the Genesee River, it lives up to its name. Letchworth is one of the most beautiful of the Finger Lake Trails branch trails, offering 25 miles of incredible gorge scenery. And as we hiked, the park's hiking trail really gave us a gorgeous view. Hikers can navigate to the Letchworth Branch Trail by way of Whiskey Bridge, the trail's southern terminus, where white blazes change to yellow for the length of this Finger Lakes Branch Trail. Well, as a globetrotter, I really feel lucky that I have got the chance to explore this beautiful Genesee River Valley, the pristine nature, the fascinating wildlife, and whatnot. Of these numerous attractions, I felt that the Grand Canyon of the East was definitely the best. So let's get started and let's explore the trails. Undoubtedly, Letchworth Trail is one of the best places in US, and this Letchworth hiking trail is 7 miles and passes along the river and offers stunning views of the gorge, waterfalls, and cliffs. So it was an incredible hike experience in the Letchworth Gorge Trail from the upper to the lower falls. Then we came to the Inspiration Point, which is one of the highlights of the Letchworth State Park. The Letchworth Park is one of the most beautiful places for epic photography, and the postcard perfect waterfalls, epic gorge overlooks, and stunning photography locations are there for you to experience.
इंस्पिरेशन पॉइंट
Effortless confidence, unshakable certainty, and deep knowing. That's the vibe I get from nature, especially after I reached US. And this phenomena has really made me imbibe certain simplicity from nature. Tagore has once said, "It is very simple to be happy, but it is very difficult to be simple." This offers an unexcelled view of the waterfalls and is regarded as the best central vantage point in the park. Oh no! The drone got crashed. Suddenly my son came and informed me that his drone was nowhere to be found, although we could locate it, but it was difficult to retrieve it from the waterfalls. It got stuck in the rocks of the waterfalls. So this was one of the major glitches in our trip, but hopefully it is insured. New York is home to many fantastic state parks and waterfalls, but few are as awe-inspiring as Letchworth State Park. The Letchworth State Park straddles the banks of the Genesee River along a canyon that is as much as 550 feet deep, garnering it the nickname the Grand Canyon of the East. As the river leaves the Letchworth State Park, it passes through the Mount Morris Dam, the largest concrete dam east of the Mississippi. North of the park, there are two more large waterfalls in downtown Rochester before the river flows into Lake Ontario. While it's possible to spend several days exploring the park, the three main Letchworth State Park waterfalls can be seen in just a few short hours. Upper falls and middle falls are especially easy to see as they are located along wide trails and close to parking. However, it's definitely worth the short hike to see lower falls as well. As stated above, Upper Falls is actually the southernmost of the three waterfalls in the park of the Genesee River. It is the second tallest of the three main waterfalls and approximately 70 feet in height. The water here falls in a horseshoe shape, which gives it a lot of beauty. Probably the most unique feature of Upper Falls is the bridge that stands more than 200 feet above the river. This active railroad bridge creates a unique scene for both viewing and photography, and it's amazing to watch trains pass over the bridge. The concrete path next to the falls offers many great vantage points, including looking directly over the crest of the falls. And we had to hike a lot, although it was a very, very tiring climb later. But the experience that it offered was so unique. The beautiful part about this hiking is that it's truly an activity everyone can do, whether you are young or old. But of course, you can carry the hiking sticks for safety. Really, after coming to US, we have become avid hikers. To help you get even more excited about hiking, I should say that it's a wonderful way to explore this incredible world we live in. Even when the climb gets tough, I would say it's worth the climb, and there are no shortcuts to any place worth going. And to walk in nature is to witness 1,000 miracles on the way. Hiking has a powerful way of giving us perspective and reminding us of how insignificant our issues in life are. So some people hike to get away from this stress, and some for purely the scenery and solitude. While exercising our body, we are also recharging our mind. And nature is authentic, and it is why so many people and explorers have turned storytellers after they have stepped out into such an environment. So, even I have become a storyteller. So, just like humans, nature must endure threats such as natural disasters and disease. Yet, regardless of any struggle nature goes through, miracles still happen, and they happen all around us. It is only through going out in nature that we are able to experience these miracles. Even trees that are bent in weird and beautiful ways can thrive. If you truly love and respect nature, you will be able to find beauty and miracles all around you. Sometimes people say that going to nature or hiking is escapism. But I tell you, hiking is not escapism, it is realism. The people who choose to spend time outdoors are not running away from anything. We are actually returning to where we belong. Of course, with the ever present digital fatigue overwhelming our lives, from constantly scrolling Instagram to being available at a ping of an email, I think it's so important to get out and get hiking in nature. I feel happy, free, independent, and best of all, adventurous. I'm in the middle of the trail, and the difficulty of rising or climbing up, was definitely very strenuous. But I remember a famous quote by Paulo Coelho: if you think adventure is dangerous, try routine, it's lethal. So, this is one of the best quotes about travel. Although we were tired and hungry after the climb, we felt that it was so satisfying. And I definitely became a storyteller and a travel writer after this hike. So, after the upheaval of 2019 and 2020, which was so challenging for all, as a travel vlogger and someone who thrives on new experiences, transitioning from a life of jet setting across many worlds, I felt that this was one of the best things that has happened to me and has kept me sane. So during this time frame that I was getting out in nature and hiking in beautiful places, being surrounded by new sights, smells and feelings, I felt that I have never encountered such things before. And luckily for me, I felt that throughout the experience, I have not only gotten physically stronger but mentally refreshed. So we can define ourselves as a traveling family, and our happiest times are when we are all together hiking in nature. So now we are back to our Airbnb, the Nut House or the Nut Cottage, which was so pristine and really charming. So let's have a look at this pretty little cottage with 2 bedrooms and a kitchenette. There is also a deck outside for exploring the garden, and the vista outside is worthwhile because right in the morning when I went out with a cup of tea and looked outside, my heart was filled with joy. Our host Jan, who was most amicable, had everything ready for us, and the cottage was filled with all the basic amenities, and the refrigerator was stocked with the breakfast goodies. And it was a glorious morning when I went outside with my cuppa. The most enticing view to soothe my nerves, or rather anyone's nerves. what's the name of this brand?
So this is our wine. This is our Deer Run wine, and it's our Pebble Beach Blush.
Okay.
So it's very good.
Pebble
Beach.
Beach Blush.
Yep, it's a street down the road. It's
Okay.
very good. It has peachy flavored. It's very refreshing.
Thank
You'll
you.
like it.
Thank
Of course.
you. পারমিশন নিয়েছে খাওয়া না বলছে সব করতে পুরোটাই নিয়েছি
फेसबुक वीडियो में तुम्हारे
A hiker and a waterfall always carve their own path, and the waterfall, I feel, winks at every passerby. When water falls, it seems that it is flying, and I feel, let this waterfall wash over me. The power of the waterfall speaks to us, roaring and powerful, yet serene and calming. These waterfalls are one of nature's most magical creations. Their beauty can often take your breath away, really breathtaking. The cold and crystal clear water, it really cleanses the mind and soothes the soul. And I feel there is a hidden message in every waterfall. It says, explore, explore, explore the beauty around you. And this is indeed nature at its best. I had the opportunity of visiting such falls, and I realized that my life will never flow backwards again, and I will always move forward, and I will roar and gush and be happy like the ripples of a waterfall. Really, when you see a waterfall, you really feel its power. And tomorrow we are going to visit Niagara, the mightiest and grandest of all waterfalls. So watch out for my next vlog, which will be the mystery of the Niagara and its crescendo. I feel as if the waterfall and nature is inside me. The symphony of sounds and the vastness of dreams. Effortless confidence, unshakable certainty, and deep knowing. That's the vibe I get from nature, especially after I reached US. And this phenomena has really made me imbibe certain simplicity from nature. Tagore has once said, It is very simple to be happy, but it is very difficult to be simple. There is a saying that many a calm river begins as a turbulent waterfall, yet none hurtles and foams all the way to the sea. So, this is like as if life is moving from innocence to experience. It is symbiotic of our journey of life from innocence to experience. Dream the impossible and it will uplift you